This is Gary Atencia with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. We are at Acupuncture Denver. Since 2003, they have been providing Oriental medical arts, specializing in women's health for the folks here in Denver. I am joined here with Jane, who is basically the founder as well as the clinic's director. Let me ask you this. What got you involved in this actual industry?
Well, I started studying Chinese medicine in 1996 in Santa Fe, where I went to acupuncture school. It's a postgraduate master's degree, 4-year program. And I had been involved in the natural health industry. I worked at like one of the original Wild Oats in Boulder in my early 20s. And it was a good fit for me to pursue Chinese medicine. Then once I moved to Denver in 2003, I soon after that met my mentor, who's a fertility expert specifically in traditional Chinese medicine and infertility.
Scientists have explained to us that everything begins with energy. How does acupuncture basically access the energy that is flowing within us?
Actually, acupuncture really works via the central nervous system and down-regulating the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight response, which is often upregulated in people due to chronic stress and anxiety and our fast-paced lifestyle. So especially in terms of fertility, when we down-regulate the sympathetic nervous system, there's much more blood flow to the ovaries and the uterus. And it also can affect the hypothalamic pituitary ovarian axis, which is also can be shut down by stress. And so it's shown to do that in many studies.
So basically, you're doing more than just accessing the energy. You're really kind of manipulating that energy. Are you able to add energy as well as drain or even move energy?
In traditional Chinese medicine, the common way of describing it is like if there's deficiency, you build the deficiency. If there's stagnation or stuck energy, you move this stagnation. Especially with acupuncture, you can move energy, but really on a physiological level from the Western medicine perspective, it really does circulate blood and work in the endocrine system and the central nervous system.
If a person is not having proper flow of energy, what are some of the symptoms that basically we may experience?
We see so often in our clinic people with fertility issues where there's more energy kind of going to the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis due to chronic stress and anxiety and pressures of life. You would see something like impaired fertility, like lab values which are maybe out of range for somebody's age, and or like anovulation, not having cycles at all, painful periods. We diagnose also breakdown. One type of dysmenorrhea may be different from another type when we break it down in Chinese medical diagnosis. So there's a really subtle way of also diagnosing according to the traditional Chinese medicine paradigm.
I know 40 different conditions have been recognized, so a wide range of things that basically can go with our body, and the energy helps. The meridians of this energy, are they going to specific parts of the body? Is that how you're able to help there?
There are 12 main meridians that are mapped out, that are correlated with these organ systems in traditional Chinese medicine, and there are also 8 extraordinary meridians. So the points that we use, the acupoints, are located on these meridians, and there are also points off of the meridians. There may be a point on the hand, like large intestine 4 here, which has been empirically used for thousands of years for any condition of excess in the head, face, mouth, so headaches, and things like that. And so needling a point on the hand can clear out that type of pain.
Acupuncture is one of the fastest growing forms of healthcare right now. Why do you think that is?
I think that it is, for one thing, it's safe, and there are minor side effects with acupuncture. It's a preventative medicine, for one thing. Everyone feels great. Acupuncture makes people incredibly relaxed. It increases endorphin release. Our clinic integrate diet, lifestyle modifications, self-care practices, and supplements and traditional Chinese herbal medicine into the treatment plan. So it's not just acupuncture.
You really have a Chinese pharmacy right here on site, as well as a therapy with diet, which really helps you achieve the results that you've been getting.
Yep, and so a big part of our treatment plan for most patients includes dietary therapy. In Chinese medicine, they have always called them the free therapies, so things like changing your lifestyle, like adding in some time for meditation or deep relaxation, sleeping enough, eating properly. Those things are free things that we can give people the tools to use themselves.
As being one of the only fertile soul clinics here in Denver, obviously your specialty is in, like you said, fertility. Women out there that have been struggling with this or maybe going a traditional route, what would you tell them?
Well, I think that one of the most important things to know is that we have seen many cases where people have been told, there's no chance for you to conceive with your own eggs based on lab values and things. And we have seen in some cases like miraculous results, not always, and there are people who have conditions which wouldn't be treated with only Chinese medicine, but we also work very closely with some of the best reproductive endocrinologists in Denver, and based on that, we've also seen great results integrating Western medicine like IVF and IUIs with traditional Chinese medicine. And many of the doctors send us patients in order to, getting them ready for doing a cycle there.
A lot of folks see this as something really new, a new type of treatment. Quite honestly, acupuncture has been around for thousands of years in traditional Chinese medicine.
It has, 5,000 years at least, and it's traveled all over the world. And also, in terms of Chinese herbal medicine, it's very effective because it's a polypharmacy. When people think of herbs, they think, like echinacea, where you just take one remedy or one substance. But because Chinese medicine is a polypharmacy, we use small amounts. A typical formula could have up to 20 herbs in it, could have 4 herbs in it, but because there's a mixture of so many small amounts, individual herbs, you're not getting one chemical compound in a great quantity, so the side effects are less, and it's safe for that reason too.
Folks out there who are not struggling with fertility, basically not having symptoms, they just want to optimize the health they have right now. Can they come in as well, and how often would a treatment be advisable?
Yeah, for just kind of a maintenance or well-being, some people come once a month that we see that are just trying to stay, help with stress, relaxation, any kind of small symptoms they have.
Folks, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. On the website, basically, you're going to find, obviously, their team. You can reach out and get an idea who's going to be working with you here. You can also take a look at the testimonials. Like she says, they've gotten some great results here. Their website is really educational. You've got quite a few links to share with there. Even check out their blogs that go quite a ways back. And speaking of educating folks out there, because we have so much to learn here, how are you able to provide that through workshops and classes here?
Well, we do hold some workshops, specifically using the Fertile Soul method, teaching a one-day workshop occasionally on holistic fertility and how we work based on my mentor Randy and Lewis's work. We also have a free fertility support group once a month, and other classes like a de-stressing class and yoga classes, yoga for fertility.
It's a new facility, quite honestly. It's very peaceful in here. Is this a place where you can study meditation? And what about if somebody who wants to rent a room?
Oh, right. Well, we do have a free meditation class here, and where the space we're in now is also available for rent if people want to hold workshops or small body-mind classes here. We can also provide the space.
Many people are afraid of the needles. Can you explain to us a little bit about the diameter we're talking about here and basically the lack that is needed of fear that should be going through people?
Well, because acupuncture needles are a filiform needle, not a hollow needle like a hypodermic needle, they don't actually cut the skin, so of course it hurts more. Most of the time we use a 36 gauge needle, which is almost like a hair. It's very flexible, and of course it is not hollow, so they almost kind of slide into the skin. Some people are surprised. They feel the pressure of the tap as the needle goes in, but they don't usually feel pain at all.
How important is it for folks to seek out somebody who really specializes in this type of help?
We really understand reproductive medicine at a really deep level and can not only work with the Western medical model or within and together with your Western doctor, but also, we would know if there's a red flag in anything in your health history that would make us want to send you for some more testing that could be crucial to your ability to get pregnant. And there is actually a national board exam for Oriental reproductive medical specialists. And so we're both, Mary and I, one of my associates, we're both certified by the American Board of Oriental Reproductive Medicine.
You can speak with the team here. Is there anything last that you'd like to share with anyone out there who's thinking about going down this road?
Yeah, I think one of the things that makes our clinic unique in our approach to especially the treatment of fertility, we have really in-depth training about the Western physiological side of it, or Western medicine. We're very familiar with all the treatments, and we can also be like a guide in terms of like what may be important further investigate in terms of like recommending that some testing that may be necessary or important to get. You know, it's such an emotional issue. It's an issue that affects people's personal lives, their marriage. It really touches all aspects of their life. So, you know, we see people in some cases in one of the deepest and sort of darkest struggles that they've ever faced. And we're really committed to being a safe place and a really supportive, nurturing place for people to come in that struggle, and where we can sort of lift them and support them as they move through it, whatever the future may bring. And we're just dedicated to that.
Whatever the future may bring, and hopefully for you, that is new life. That is Acupuncture Denver, located here in Denver, Colorado, providing oriental medical arts for folks here of Denver. This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.